You guys, I'm finally in a position where I can move forward with my home construction project here at the property. And first up is to change out the septic. I was using the barrel septic, and now I'm just going to go with the legit septic and run everything through the county here. And the holes turned out great, and what I'm planning on doing is I like the stone base of this Forest Service lookout tower, and then for the top of it I'd like to have something like this, a little bit more, you know, deck area space and a larger roof area. And just going to go with the simple 400 square foot plan, just something similar to this. And I'm working with an architect right now to get everything drawn up. Monsoon season is now here. We've had about a week of rain, and the evening times have been great. I've been taking Meadow out on these awesome trail rides just around the neighborhood, and all the clouds and everything and the sunsets. It's just, this time of year out here is absolutely magical with everything being green and the temperature's nice and cool and all that stuff. And we've been hit every single day since last Friday. So it's been a week straight of rain. The temperatures when the rain does hit go from anywhere from like 90 down to about 65. So it's just really awesome. And this time of year, you just can't beat it in northern Arizona. So we got our septic holes dug. Let's go down a little bit over 10 feet. So we got 3 of them. It's gonna be for the perk test. And let's come over here. I wanna see this. Yeah, that's the one that we couldn't get deep enough because we started running into big boulders. It's too hard. So we got this one over here too. So that'll be the second one. Then we got a third one over here, and I saw that it has a little visitor. Guys, we got a little bunny down here. So if you see, let's come over here, I'll show you. Got a little bunny rabbit right down there. And what I'm gonna do is use this wood, just kind of prop it up over there and see if that can allow this little fella to get out. And then we'll see if it comes out of here. All right, reposition that. A little bit better angle for that fella, so hopefully he can get out. We'll check on him here in a couple minutes. All right, Monday morning here. We're getting a good start to the week. I've already got little Meadow her breakfast, and she's good to go. I'm fed as well. I've done a few things around here so far, and then we're gonna go down right now. I want to check out the check dams and see what they look like after the rain that we had, because we had about I'd say we had like 2 sessions of rain that were pretty good, and it looks like the streams were flowing down there. So I want to see how much sediment has backed up and if it's working, and then possibly even make a few more today because we're supposed to get some more rain, and rain all throughout the week as well. So let's go check it out. All right, you ready to rock and roll? Let's do this. Good, sweetie. All right, so see, this here is a Rocky Mountain juniper, and if you look underneath here, there's exactly 0 plant growth except for a cactus. And all the needles and stuff come down here. It essentially creates a dead zone on the ground, and none of the tall grasses can grow. And that's why I'm eliminating all of this type of juniper from my property. Now, if we come over here, this is, and also too, this Rocky Mountain juniper is an invasive species, just a heads up. Now, this is an old growth juniper. Now, I want to show you the difference. There is plenty of room on the ground for grasses to grow, okay? And even though it does drop stuff, it doesn't drop near the amount of debris that those Rocky Mountain junipers do. So there's still areas underneath for, you know, pine trees to grow, tall grass, stuff like that. It's also a great place for animal habitat. And so that's why I just wanted to explain the differences between the two juniper. I'm keeping all these. The shaggy juniper and old growth juniper will all stay because they offer this sort of habitat for animals. But the Rocky Mountain juniper, you know, there's one right there. You can see dead zone all underneath it, dead zone all underneath it. Those don't do anything for the environment, and they actually suck up a ton of water. And so if I eliminate those, then I'll show you another area where I did this last year. And there's already grass, tall grass, starting to get real thick in this area. It's only been a year. So I'm really impressed with the results so far. And then also too at the check dams, it's gonna be awesome. So today's goal is to get a few more check dams done before the storms hit. And then we'll see how they perform after the rain hits today. And here's another great example of how these old growth junipers allow for you know, grasses to grow underneath them. So this is normal. And you know what you see over like there, while the ground is dead underneath the tree, is not normal. That's not normal to this environment. And so that's why we want to try to get everything to where, eliminate those Rocky Mountain juniper, let the old growth juniper thrive because I think they're cool looking, and then also accentuate the pine trees that are around here. So I consider this area to be the place where I can get the most bang for my buck, because there's little stair step sections that are easy to fill in and make little check dams. So I started doing it down here. I need to continue going back up this way, but I've got 2 done so far, and look at how much this has held back. Pretty much that entire area has more sediment in it because it used to be kind of a little bit more of a V down in there. So that's really covered up a lot of sediment. You can see too how it's starting to bury this tree that I've put down here in the branches and everything. So this is working really good, and I want to just replicate this. Hey, get out of the mud, you little stinker. I just want to replicate this at all these little shelves, like, you know, right here, and then another one right there, and then up there, and just slow all this down and keep it. Are you okay? What'd you get on your face? And just slow all this water down, you know, because that's the main goal of these check dams. So let's go over here. There's some more that I want to take a look at and see how they're performing. Right in the spider web. That's not fun. All right, let's go this way, sweetie. Alright, that's definitely holding some back. Got to put a lot more stuff in there though. You can see it's draining through pretty fast right here. And so, yeah, right about there. So I want to come in and put a bunch of debris down and just make it to where it just stops stuff, you know. This one's doing good. Look at all this that filled in. All this right here is filled in. So what that does is, so essentially what my goal is down here is for these check dams to spread out the water. And the way it does it is that, you know, erosion happens in these drier climates to where when the water comes through, it begins to cut a deep channel. And then that doesn't have any effect or any positive effect on the environment because the water just rushes through the environment really quickly and doesn't have a chance to settle in the soak into the ground. But when you do this, what happens is the water will come, it'll hit this, and then it will spread out trying to find the best path to get past this. And as a result, it creates sediment deposits to where the ground raises up, and it will just continue to raise up. And so when the stream comes through and hits this area, it'll just fan out. And that's the goal. And then I've got a real big check dam that I did over here. Let's go take a look at this one. Where'd you go, Meadow? She saw a bunny rabbit, so she took off. This one I'm gonna have to do a lot more work on because I don't really have a whole lot of stuff. I mean, I've got some stuff here, some debris, but I need to get I need to button this up more and make it to where this really stops the water. The one place that does stop the water, and we're getting a lot of good buildup, is right here. I've got a ton more sticks underneath here and everything, and those are all covered up right now. So this is the new debris that I've put on top, put that on top like last week. So this one's doing good right here. And like I said, the whole goal is to all these channels, just fill them in and get it to where the ground's all level. So when the water comes through, it just goes everywhere. This was a lot of effort to make this last year, but as long as I keep adding to it just a little bit time after time, I want to get it up to about 3 feet tall, and right now it's probably 10 inches, so we've got quite a ways to go and a lot more debris to put back on the backside. And then fill in the front with a lot more juniper, and then weigh all that down with rocks, and that way that acts as like a catch-all when that sediment and also the water flows through here. So this is the next area we're going to fill in. Reason being is that it's almost already a check dam here. I just got to fill this in and then make a little bit bigger rocks, or like a second level of rocks to tie in with those areas there. And this will fill up pretty fast because this is actually almost level. So this is gonna really back up a lot of the sediment and help out with the water just seeping into the ground and spreading out as well, which is gonna be great. See here. See, I can really see it backing up there. And then let's see up here. Same thing. It's backing up good. Filling all that. And I want to go over here and see the ones that we just built. Yeah, look at this right here. You can see how it just backs up and holds it. It's all that water soaking into the ground right now, which is exactly what I want. All right, let's get over here. I know something. Over here, Meadow. We gotta hurry up because we got another storm cell coming in. But I want to come down here real quick. So you can see it's still kind of flowing just a little bit. Water's kind of coming through. So we'll get some more coming down for sure. Let's see, let's go back to 1. Yeah, boy, this really filled in. Look at all that. That's a bunch of sediment that was trapped in there. And then that one's looking fantastic. Wow, that's almost leveled off now. That one's almost filled in the entire way. That's amazing. All of that channel, it was a V channel in there. And after 2 rains, it already filled in. Wow, this is gonna be incredible down here. All I gotta do is make sure that the water can't get through, so I gotta intertwine it with a bunch of these twigs. And we'll be in good shape. Boy, this really filled in as well. This is what we worked on this morning. And if you remember, there was like a cavity right here, and it dropped off, and that's all filled in, this is just great. So this is really going to help this whole lower meadow down here for all this water to really soak into the ground, and that's exactly the purpose of doing this. And it'll regreen this entire area and help just make it to where, you know, the tall grass will grow more. We're going to get rid of the Rocky Mountain junipers in here. That one, and there's a few others that are just downstream here. And then we'll see how it does this year. If the monsoons stay like this, we'll see results in all those things. Because look at this. I mean, this one literally is filled all the way in now. That blows my mind because it wasn't even close to that earlier today. I mean, wow. So what I'm gonna have to do next, tomorrow morning, we'll probably have to come out, make these much larger and start to stretch them out a little ways so we can really start to fill in this area. Very, very pleased. Really pleased with that. I want to see how this one looks over here. Yep, same thing with this one. Look at all the sediment. It's all backed up. It's actually backing up right here. You see, it kind of tapers down in there. So that's filling in first, and then it will overflow that and come into here, What you thinking, girl? I'm very pleased. Very, very, very pleased. I need to button this up a little bit though. This isn't very good. All right, we are gonna check out a few more spots and then we're gonna go back to the camper because this storm's coming in fast. Hang on, Meadow. All right, this is actually the first one that I ever did. This little rock check dams. And this one's doing great. You can tell it actually spilled over on the sides here. You know, it went like that and maybe over on the other side too. So we're gonna have to build this up a little bit more because it's really starting to hold a lot of sediment back. You can see all this stuff that's filled in and I'm really pleased with this. A little bit of a trickle coming out the back, but not too bad. But you can see the obvious difference in the elevation of all that's been held back as opposed to it used to be a big old V channel like this. So it's doing its job. Let's go see about the bigger one. What do you got, girl? Having fun over there? All right, same thing here. Doing a great job holding all this sediment back. I mean, look at this. This is a ton of sediment. Let me back up so you can truly see it. Ton of sediment. All this is all new. All this, all back to here. It's all new. That's doing great. It's really filling up fast. You can see it's already going back up into that side wash that comes in here. So it's already starting to fill in. So this is gonna really level out soon, which would be cool because then we'll get kind of a little bit of like a waterfall here, which would be awesome.